What if, one night, you saw a magical train appear in front of your house, and it invited you on a journey to the North Pole to meet Santa Claus? A journey that could answer all your questions. Would you board that train? This is the story of the Polar Express, which takes you deep into the magical world of Christmas. The story begins on Christmas Eve in Grand Rapids, Michigan. A boy named Mike is woken up in the middle of the night by the sound of bells. At first, he thinks it's Santa's sleigh, but then realizes it's just the bell on a Christmas hat brought in by his father. Mike returns to his room and watches from the doorway as his little sister is told to go to bed. Their father says that if she wants Santa to visit, she must sleep early. While Mike doesn't believe in Santa Claus, his sister has complete faith. Mike finds it hard to believe that a white-bearded man could fly in a magical sleigh and deliver gifts to children all over the world. While trying to convince himself that Santa isn't real, Mike hears his parents coming into the room. He quickly pretends to be asleep, and eventually dozes off. Suddenly, Mike is jolted awake by a strong vibration. He's stunned to see a steam train parked right in front of his house. It looks completely real. As he stares in disbelief, a conductor steps out and invites him to board. Confused, Mike asks where the train is headed. The conductor tells him it's the Polar Express, bound for the North Pole to celebrate Christmas Eve. Though everything feels strange, Mike's curiosity takes over. As the train starts to move, he decides to jump aboard. Inside the train, Mike meets a cheerful girl named Jenny and a laid-back kid named Will. All the other passengers are children too, equally puzzled by what's going on. Soon, the train stops again to pick up another passenger, a hesitant boy named Billy. He doesn't board at first, and as the train begins to move again, he runs after it, but trips and falls. Seeing this, Mike quickly pulls the emergency brake, stopping the train and allowing Billy to climb aboard. Despite this, Billy chooses to sit alone in the back compartment, not thanking Mike. Meanwhile, the driver scolds Mike for using the emergency brake without permission. Jenny stands up for him, explaining that he only wanted to help. Soon, the kids are served food and drinks, and the staff entertains them with songs and dances. After eating, many kids start to rest. Jenny decides to bring a cup of hot chocolate to Billy and heads to the back with the conductor. Mike notices that Jenny's ticket was left unstamped and tries to return it to her, but the wind blows it away. The ticket flies out the window and begins an incredible journey, getting stuck between trees, picked up by an eagle, and even spat out by a baby bird. After rolling through the snow and air, the ticket somehow finds its way back to the train just in time for the driver to discover it. Jenny soon realizes her ticket is missing and feels confused and guilty. Mike admits he lost it while trying to return it and offers his own ticket to make up for it. At first, the conductor refuses, saying tickets are non-transferable. So Jenny is taken to a different part of the train, away from the others. Fearing she's being thrown off, Mike decides to act. He sees the lost ticket stuck in the ventilation system. Without hesitation, he retrieves it and runs through the compartments to return it. But by the time he reaches the last car, Jenny and the conductor are gone. Worried, Mike asks Billy for help. Billy reveals that they're walking on top of the train. Despite his fear, Mike climbs onto the roof in search of them, but only sees a distant light that soon fades. Suddenly, a mysterious man appears, warming himself by a fire. He introduces himself as Jim, a wanderer no one knows much about. Jim offers Mike a warm drink and some friendly advice. During their conversation, Mike reveals that he doesn't believe in Santa Claus. Jim gently suggests that the girl he's looking for might be in the next compartment, and then vanishes into thin air. Mike begins to panic, thinking it's all a dream. As he tries to wake himself up, Jim reappears and warns him about an upcoming tunnel. The two of them slide down a steep slope, trying to get back inside the train before it's too late. As the train enters the tunnel, Jim disappears. Mike manages to leap into a compartment just in time and finally reunites with Jenny. Jenny explains that she was asked to help the engineer as he and his assistant Smoke were repairing a light. She shows Mike the whistling rope, and Mike eagerly pulls it. Suddenly, the driver calls for the train to stop. He's seen something on the tracks. Jenny panics, unsure which lever to pull. Mike guesses and pulls the wrong one, but by luck, the train stops. Outside, they see a herd of deer blocking the tracks. The conductor amusingly tugs the beard of one deer, and the whole group moves aside. The journey continues, but now the train starts going too fast. The driver realizes the controls are broken. A pin falls out, but Smoke cleverly replaces it with a hairpin. The train finally stops, but it's on a frozen lake and the ice begins to crack. The driver speeds up, dodging the cracks and barely making it back to the track. Once things are under control, the children return to their seats. On the way, they see a box of discarded toys meant for recycling. Mike grows sad as a broken doll questions whether, if she didn't believe in Santa, why was she there? He realizes this is another trick by the ghostly wanderer Jim. Back in the compartment, Mike sees Jenny trying to cheer up Billy. Billy hums a tune that Jenny recognizes, and they sing together. Their song lifts everyone's spirits. Just then, the sky is lit up by the northern lights, the aurora borealis. The children are mesmerized. The conductor arrives and announces they'll reach the North Pole 5 minutes early. Excitement fills the train. As they arrive, the conductor asks everyone to line up. The children are to be taken to the city center to meet Santa and his elves. But Billy hangs back. He tells Jenny and Mike that Christmas has never been fun for him and he'd rather be alone. After a heartfelt conversation, they convince him to join them. But suddenly, their carriage detaches and rolls backward underground. Everyone panics, fearing a crash. Then Jenny hears bells and says they must be from Santa's sleigh. They follow the sound and arrive at a room where elves are monitoring children's behavior to decide who deserves gifts. After the elves leave, the three sneak into a capsule train that takes them to the gift-wrapping factory. Inside, they see one of the gifts is labeled for Billy. Overjoyed, he runs to it. As Jenny and Mike follow, Billy gets his leg caught and they pull him free. Then they encounter Will, who turns out to be a child genius. Before they can talk much, a huge sack of gifts is lifted by elves into a hot air balloon. The three kids climb aboard and are carried into the city square where elves and children have gathered. They land safely, and the crowd cheers. The excitement peaks with the arrival of Santa Claus and his reindeer. Mike tries to catch a glimpse of Santa, but instead notices a bell fall in front of him. He picks it up and rings it, but hears no sound. After several tries, he realizes that to hear the bell, he must believe in Santa. The moment he believes, the bell rings beautifully. Santa is pleased and selects that same bell as a special gift for Mike. Overjoyed, Mike joins Santa on his sleigh. Santa tells him to take care of the bell and then soars into the sky to deliver presents around the world. Billy asks Mike if all of this really happened. Mike simply says, "I believe what I saw." The kids prepare to head home. The conductor punches their tickets, now stamped with special words. Mike's ticket reads, "Believe." But when Mike tries to show his gift to his friends, he realizes the bell is gone. His pocket was torn. He feels crushed, and his friends try to comfort him. One by one, the children are dropped off at their homes. The next morning, Mike's sister wakes him excitedly. There are presents waiting for them. Among the toys, Mike receives something different. Santa's bell, with a note saying it was found on the train. Right here, the Polar Express, the 2004 fantasy adventure animation, comes to an end. Until next time, I'll be waiting for you on the train to the North Pole.